Your 10 in a row country music station. We are Kickin 94.5. Good morning, the Double R. Randy Rhodes with you. And in the studio with us this morning, we have Audi Burchett. How are you, Audi?
Doing very good. How are you?
I'm doing good. For those of you that may not be familiar with Audi is very musically inclined. And through her life, she's learned to sing and play guitar. And it's kind of culminated to the point that she has a brand new CD out of Nashville, right?
Yes, recorded at the Tracking Room in Blackbird Studios with Jeff Huskins.
That is cool, and I've listened to it. It sounds really good, and we want our listeners, we're going to be playing a couple of the tunes here on Kickin 94.5, and I wanted to kind of, rewind a little bit, not only for the listeners, but for myself, too. At what point in your life did your musical talents start showing?
Well, I know you always hear it all the time, but I really did grow up in my papa's church singing. Ever since I was little bitty. I mean, Mom's got pictures. I was up like 2-3 year old.
Oh, that's great.
And but my mom and dad got me a guitar when I was like 16 or 17, and I let it sit in the bedroom for a while, and then I just started picking around bonfires and stuff.
Just picked it up and started going?
Yep, and then I met one of my friends, and he got me up, Cody Bearden got me up on stage with him to sing one night, and they booked me, and I've been booked every weekend since. And
so that got you out singing around clubs and different events going.
Yeah, and actually getting paid to do what I love, and it's awesome. So,
and it all started around a bonfire.
All started around a bonfire.
All right, so you've been in Nashville, and what kind of experience going to the recording studio? And I understand you had to pick what songs you wanted to record. How was that whole process for you?
Yes, it was so awesome. I actually went up to Nashville. It's actually been about 2 years. It took a while, and luckily all the people around here in Calhoun helped me raise all the money to go up to Nashville.
Yeah.
And Jeff Huskins had cut me a deal, and I went to the Tracking Room and laid tracks and got to play with some amazing musicians. They went in, and as soon as they listened to it, they wrote a couple numbers down and went into the thing and just recorded it right away. It was awesome. First time I've ever stepped foot into a recording studio was in Nashville there, and it was actually Tim McGraw's drummer and Reba McEntire's lead guitarist. It was the coolest experience ever.
So you had some talented people around you.
Oh, yeah, they were amazing. Amazing.
Well, I understand that one of the cuts on your new album, one of the songs, is actually about your dad. Is that true?
It is about my dad. The guy that wrote it is my producer, Jeff Huskins, and he had wrote it for his dad. And I made a deal. I was like, one of the deals has got to be that it's, I want a song on there dedicated to my dad. My dad got to meet him when we went to Nashville the first time. And then it wasn't 2 weeks later, pretty much, that he had passed away. So this song really touched base, and it's actually about playing softball and all this, and it's really, you can tell it's kind of a guy wrote it, but then again, I was always that tomboy that was playing softball and
There's nothing wrong with it.
Fishing and hunting.
It actually sounds like my wife.
Yeah, so it actually fit perfect, and he was asking me if I wanted to change anything about it, and there was nothing about it I wanted to change, and I know my dad would have loved that song.
Well, what do you say we play it right now?
That would be awesome.
All right, here's Audi Burchett with the song about her dad. It's called God Started Missing You.
Taught me how to stand tall, how to throw a curveball, and by the way you care for Mom, taught me how to love. You held me by my first car, showed me where the best fish are. You even let me use your credit card when times were tough. Yeah, Dad, for all my life, been my best friend. So I've been trying to understand why it had to end. And I guess God started missing you and had to hold his child the way all good daddies do. Your love for me, but now I see what he was going through when God started missing you. Didn't hardly seem fair, thought you'd always be there. still had so much to share. Now we can't. But you brought me up believing that things happen for a reason, and now I've started seeing there's a greater plan. I cried the day the doctor said you were gone. Now I know now there's nothing else he could have done. Knowing God started missing you and had to hold his child the way all good daddies do. For a while I was angry that he took your love from me, but now I see what he was going through when God started missing you. I guess God started missing you and had to hold his child the way all good daddies do. For a while I was angry that he took your love from me, but now I see what he was going through when God started missing you. Like I'm missing you. I sure miss you, Daddy.
Kickin 94.5. It's called God Started Missing You. It's one of the songs off the latest CD by Calhoun resident Audi Burchett, and about your dad. Now, I know that reading a song on paper and that kind of thing is one thing, but when it's put together, produced and everything, is it everything that you had hoped that it would? Did it touch all the bases you wanted?
Yes, it's literally everything I could imagine. I know he's smiling down because this is the first time I've ever been on the radio and it was his song, so I know he's smiling down. I appreciate y'all playing it.
So what do you think how will he feel that when he hears the song, you think? On the radio?
I know. Probably a tear in his eye and smiling big.
You know, I believe that they look down on us, don't you?
I do believe that.
There you go. Well, congratulations. Hang on, though. We're going to play another song by Audi. We'll be back right after this from Kickin 94.5. Your 10 in a row country music station. We are Kickin 94.5. Thank you so much, Patrick Core. And it is cold out there. And in the studio with us, we have Audi Burchett, brand new CD, and not just one that you cut in your basement, a Nashville CD.
Yeah, Blackbird Studios, Martina McBride's
Oh
studio.
gosh, some of the talent. I am so proud of where you've reached with the CD and your talent. I've kind of watched you as you come up over the years, and you're just getting better and better.
You have. Thank you.
Now, what about we play another song off your CD?
I think that would be awesome.
The first one was a slower song, God Started Missing You, and how about we pick up the tempo a little bit? I really like this song. It's called One of These Days.
Yes, let's do it.
Thank you so much for being in here with us this morning.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Here's Audi Burchett on Kickin 94.5.
Another breakup, another miss a ride done gone all wrong. Yeah, just my luck. I broke 2 nails slamming down that phone. One of these my spot, flipped me off, and I said, what the? One of these days I won't be crying. One of these days I won't feel like fighting. Tide's gonna turn and my love's gonna change. One of these days I won't be happy. One of these days. One of these days. It's gonna get better. Can't stay like this forever. One of these days. One of these days I won't be crying. One of these days I'm gonna wake up smiling. Sun's gonna shine and I'll be okay. One of these days, hey, 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 hey. One of these days I won't be crying. One of these days I'm gonna wake up smiling. Tide's gonna turn and my love's gonna change. One of these days I won't be happy. One of these days. One of these days.